We are live. We are live. Alright, let me just confirm. Awesome. Alright. Let me just do my wizardry. Welcome everyone to the 100% Australian GP tribute here from DNEsports. We have, since the Australian GP was cancelled because of coronavirus threats, we decided to host a 100% tribute, 100% distance race for a tribute for this. A lot of drivers were going to attend this weekend's GP, but unfortunately we had to go home and jump on F1 2019, which is as close as we can get to watching it live. So I will be in the commentary box with Server Knight this afternoon. As the drivers ready up, we will be doing a short qualifying, 100% race. The weather is clear as projected by the weather report. Ghosting is off and we're on strict corner cutting. But yes, it's got to be a very long race. Hopefully there's some action throughout that will keep us entertained. But yep, as the drivers load up, welcome yourself, Server Knight.
How are you? Good to see you. It's a bit disappointing about the Grand Prix being cancelled there, but this should be interesting to watch. Good alternative. Some of the best drivers in Dynamic Nights Esports here tonight. So can't wait.
Yeah, it was a real disappointing scene this morning as we were all waiting for confirmation of it cancelling or being postponed. Since we saw McLaren drop out first, and then slowly but surely we did get the tweet and email saying that it was confirmed that it was cancelled, which is good. They're not really wasting all day, but yeah, a lot of interstate people driving down and coming down for the event, so which is unfortunate. But hopefully we can have some good racing here from with a wide spread of drivers through DNEsports, from yellow all the way to masterclass. So as the drivers ready up, I'll get telemetry and all that good stuff up.
Before we do that, we'll do a quick run through of who we got here today. Doing the racing points, we've got Wogboy and VSR Rossarm. Mercedes, we've got Zach Crichton and Aaron. With in the Ferraris, Lazy Towel Spilly, Red Bulls El Tonki and Banana Josh. Renault sees the drivers of Reedy and Banana Cake Pie. Williams are sporting Toddster and Blocky Rex. And Alfa Romeo have Bodhod and the Amazing Hour. And Toro Rosso, to round out the grid, we've got Gaming Burger and James Cruz. Oh, there is Haas as well. Which is it's insane. Nobody important, but
nah, they're just going to mess up in the pits anyway, so we're not going to be too worried about them. As I believe
it half a race.
Yeah, I believe the first driver out is F1 Amazing Hour, as we'll stay on board throughout his outlap. He is the only driver in this lineup that hasn't been featured in a DNEsports race. I believe he might be on a wheel this afternoon instead of being on pads, so it's got to be a good tester for him to see what his wheel pace is like. Assists are open. I would like to say that it's not forcing any drivers, so that's why we have a spread of all the drivers throughout all of our tiers. As he lets him go to let Toz go for the first lap, so as we'll go on board with him instead. But it would be great to see what Amazing Hour's pace is like compared to the Tier 1 drivers this afternoon. Knowing that I believe he's got no assists on as well, including no racing lines, so he might be able to slot into the Tier 1 system in the near future.
Would be an interesting if he does, going up against Zach Crichton again.
Yeah, a bit of a controversial subject, that one. With they've had some history in the past with other leagues, but hopefully they can separate that and just have some really good racing this afternoon. As Toz is starting off his hot lap here, as he's already going into the hairpin here in Sector 1. Now, who do you think for qualifying wise is going to see out the top 3, because there is quite a big span of drivers here, like a lot of drivers with assists of tier 1 pace. So it's going to be a quite interesting qualifying.
Yes, it is going to be. I reckon it's going to be very close, I reckon. You've got Zach and Amazing Hour, who will probably be right up there. If Aaron's not watching Survivor, I reckon he'll be a shot at it, and I think he's the one I'll put my money on tonight to have a good qualifying and take pole position.
Yeah, it'd be nice to actually see what his qualifying pace is like rather than sitting out and just going through the pack. But either way, it'd be a viewing spectacular if he did start at the back trying to cut through. As he's about to go through, he's got a bit of traffic here, as Todster does, so hopefully they can get out the way. Oh, let's go! He's hit a Mercedes. Was that Zach? It was Zach. So we've started off very, very sour indeed in qualifying, as Todster got caught up in the traffic from the Merc driver, and obviously that's ruined his lap. And Amazing Hour obviously crosses the line first because of the incident with from Todster, and he's on the hard compound tyre, and he sets a 1:23.3 on hard, so that's an extremely quick time to start off with the pace. As we have Banana Cake Pie not messing around with softs, going a 1:21.6. So we'll go around, as we have Ross Arm going a 1:21 flat, or 1:21.009. As I'm trying to go.
Coming up to the line.
Bodhod, yep. Now Bodhod's been showing some great pace in Tier 2 in our Diamond Series. He's been consistent in the top 3, and I believe he finished 3rd on yesterday as well because of penalties. But he set a 1:22.6. I'm just flipping through for another driver that might be nearly finishing that lap, as James Cruz seems to be starting his lap, as we have Spilly taking provisional pole at the moment, which is a 1:20.7. Now these times are extremely quick straight off the bat. I would like to see what the hard compound tyre drivers can do in softs, as Garlas goes for a medium compound, a 1:23.6, and Zach Cryan, who controversially screwed up Todster's first hot lap, which is a 1:20.3.
Got a bit of extra boost going into starter's lap there, the contact with Todster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we might see a grid placement penalty from Zach or Toddy going into the end of this qualifying. So maybe that's why Zach has to put the hammer down straight away in the McLaren. But as these drivers are going around, I'll see if I can get onto maybe Wogboy, who's invalidated his lap. So we'll just cruise around with Wogboy while I go with the DNEsports multi for this long race of the 100%. So in our multi this afternoon, we have Berry Cake Pie, if you know the reference, to have over 4.5 pit stops. We have the Racing Point team to have the most points to win the Constructors' Championship in Australia. We have a McLaren no-show, obviously, from today's controversial leaving of the Grand Prix before any other team did, to finish with no points. So basically what they're doing in real life. And obviously Aaron, who is called Bottas inside the Discord, is to actually pull a Bottas and win the Australian Grand Prix. So all that paid out to be a 2:29. So that's the multi for this afternoon. As Wogboy looks like he's about to start, so we'll stay on board with Wogboy throughout his lap. As he's already got traffic on the right hand side. There might have been a bit of contact there from the Red Bull pulling out of the pit lane there from the Toro Rosso driver. As he turns on the DRS, going into overtake, going into the hairpin in Sector 1. Now bear with me, I'm basically going to call every turn a hairpin or a fast left or right, since I don't know any names of any corners of any tracks, let alone the braking zones. If you can see my demonstration, as he invalidates again, probably in the same areas he did in Sector 1. So we'll go off him straight away. And now we have the Very Lazy Tao on a... No, he's already invalidated as well. In the Ferrari, starting on the mediums. Now we have 12 viewers in the stream so far. If you guys want to put down your predictions for qualifying as well as the overall race winner, please do in the comments and we'll read them out. do you have any wildcards server night for the race? Any wildcards you reckon might pull off an absolute wonder of a result in this afternoon's race?
Oh, a good question. Possibly El Tonki. I reckon there's a chance there. Might start middle of the pack and have an early pit stop, but get a late change onto the tyres with a safety car. It seems very common these days with the safety cars compared to where we were 6 months ago. Something like that could really throw a mix in.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what's that would be a great, like, especially for our Tonki, just to pull out like a Red Bull result. But unfortunately, I have to go blue screen for 2.3 seconds, as we do have two drivers in the chat in our comms team as well. We have the Very Lazy Towel and Zach Ryan. So we'll obviously talk to Zach maybe at the end of qualifying to ask why he got the incident with Toddy. Maybe he didn't know he was there. But yes, we do have two drivers that we can actually communicate throughout the race. But obviously, I'll have to go blue screen here and there to get their point of view, because obviously they're not going to listen to me and Servanote rattle on throughout the whole race. So it's the smartest thing to do, as I was getting spam messages, getting calls left, right, and centre to mute me, because I don't want to hear you do commentary while I'm trying to do a hot lap in this, because qualifying means everything, because it is a 100% race, and pit stops and undercuts do matter more than a 50% race. As we do have Toddy, who went under my radar and got a 120.4, which is just a tenth off, exactly a tenth off Zach Ryan's time on the softs. Now, strategy-wise, I've never done a 100% race at all. Have you done a 100% race, Servanote?
I've not, no, but I've watched plenty of Australian Grand Prix.
Yep.
I know around here, you know, the drivers get three choices of dry tyres. This year's compound, the 2019 games range from the C4, which is the red stripe tyre, and the C3, C2 tyres, which are yellow and white respectively. It is the quickest option around here is the two-stop strategy, going two sets of the red stripe C4 tyres and then onto the mediums. However, around Albert Park, there's not a lot of overtaking opportunities. The drivers do tend to favour the one-stop, going softs to mediums and trying to draw those out towards the end of the race.
Yeah, because this would have been my first Grand Prix I actually would have attended, because I did watch the whole. Last year was my first season I actually watched throughout, because Drive to Survive did pull me in of the first season. And I was going to go to my first ever Grand Prix in Albert Park today, but unfortunately, due to the C14 or C19 coronavirus, decided to put that on hold and postpone and cancel it. But yeah, it's a soft medium race. Or would the hard compounds come out at all? Would it go from hards to a soft? Because obviously the wear of the tyre compared to a 50% race, you can obviously use hards to the optimal amount of laps.
There's an early safety car, sort of around the 6-7 lap mark. You may see the hards come out, but if they can stretch it to as far as possible, I think most drivers will opt for the mediums and try and make it on one stop.
Yeah, because there will be some fatigue from these drivers, especially wheel drivers in particular, doing a full 100% race. So I don't know how comfortable it is on pad to do such a long race like this. So, as Schmitty snaps and hits the bullard and goes into the pits after stuffing up that hot lap. But yeah, I wonder fatigue-wise, you might see some errors happening if people obviously didn't have any dinner beforehand or didn't have a nap. Who knows? We do have some young and veteran drivers, so we might see some silly mistakes from the drivers. As we stay on board,
definitely will be a test of endurance for them.
Yeah. It's definitely one to see out, especially like the likes of James Cruz, who's quite notorious for just sticking out a whole race because he does no assist and no racing line. So he's got a lot of heart, but this is definitely going to test him to see if he is going to have about 50 wing changes. Who knows how eventful his day is going to be. As we've had a few comments in from the request, we've had from the Very Angry Sidepod, another commentator from DNEsports says, blocker to kill someone's turn one. It's always a great ask, especially from past races. And Andrew, which is amazing hour, or we talked about Andrew as in banana cake pie, so we'll just say banana cake pie in P1. We've got Zach Crine in P2, and then Aaron in the top three, but not in that order. The Rock says Dark Horse is amazing hour. Yes, not a lot of drivers know the name, but haven't raced against him. So we'll wonder how they deal with Amazing Hour side by side. Hopefully they give him the respect that all these drivers deserve. Rock's also put in Roscoe Arms, Spilly and Wogboy, a very different top three from the ones from before, and also had someone called Deleted say 7 drivers to finish. So if we only have 7 drivers finish, it's going to be a boring race for us. There's only 7 drivers, probably an absolute spread out pack.
Just quickly, Zach's improved on his time. He's done a 20.1. He's popped himself up in second place, only 3 tenths behind. Todd's is still in third there at the moment.
Yeah, but the 2 people I'm looking at is Aaron, who has not left the pits yet, leaving it till the end for one, as he is probably coming out now, or if that's Zach going in. The very lazy Tao, who has not settled up as well. He probably invalidated a few times. But then we have Lunacy and Alex out right now, and we have Reedy out. Oh, Reedy going into the pits, so he must have invalidated, or he's leaving the pits now. But yeah, if we want Aaron to hit the multi, he basically has to get P2, I believe, from last year's Australian Grand Prix, and then win the race.
Does look though. 2 minutes to go. Doesn't look like any movement down in Mercedes there. I think he is still watching Survivor.
Yeah, they might be trading him in quarantine. Watching that Survivor. He's putting himself in a tricky situation. Hopefully he does know it's a 100% race, or he's playing it smart, knowing that there will be a safety car, a few collisions at the front of the pack, especially with all that pace up front. It's just quite ridiculous. As we'll chill with Reedy, who is on the soft compound on his out lap, so we'll chill around with him. Oh, so Deleted is F1 boy. I'm not going to ask why that's your name, but hopefully you can use that YouTube account and upload some instant reports, my friend. It's happened too often. But now at least I know the name.
Yeah, James Cruz is facing the wrong direction.
This man, he hasn't got any wing damage, so just gone in for a bit of an adventure. By all means, enjoy the scenery while you're about to endeavour in this 100% race.
I do hope he can make it to the end of the race. It makes some good content on his channel there.
Oh,
James Cruz's channel.
Yeah, please subscribe. I'm a huge ambassador for James's content. The most wholesome content around. The first video I remember watching from him was the Bahrain 16 blunders at Bahrain or something. No, not at Baku. An absolute treat. As Reedy's just going through sector 1 here, he's into high, so he's keeping all the ERS for overtake as he's still staying in high, and then goes into auto. Now, I believe Reedy uses auto ERS, so it's actually quite smart that he goes into 5th there instead of staying on hot lap throughout, or he's actually practicing and toggling it. If he goes into overtake now, we know he's toggling, and he is toggling. I might be seeing the first time Reedy's using manual. He's using manual gears as well. I could tell. So he's actually good on him. Manual gears, manual ERS. So he obviously got lost toggling between his ERS and his gears. He is a pad user. So yeah, that makes sense towards why he's invalidated a few times here and there. But he also could be a hazard, as there is no ghosting. So people actually have to look at the blue flags properly. As Aaron still hasn't left, and Tao's about to. Did Tao have enough time? Oh, we got 2 minutes 30 left at the time, I think. Yes.
Qualifying time finish.
It's
We've got
finished.
2 minutes to finish any laps that they're on.
Okay, so Tao's about to endeavour in his lap as he has Banana Josh in front. So hopefully Banana Josh doesn't get in the way with Tao, so we'll stay on board with Tao through his lap. Through the cinematic viewing of it, we won't be on board. Oh no, he did run out of time. Oh. So we have a Ferrari and a Merc in the bottom two. Behind James Cruz. Reedy, Alex. I'm going to flick through to see if anyone's still on a lap.
Zach looks like he's on a lap trying to improve on his time. Make sure Billy got
Yeah.
can't improve. Billy also looks like he's on a lap. Hobbs is about to cross the line for his final.
So
Can he improve?
Toddy does
Hobbs
get
goes fastest.
pole. No, but Zach's about to cross the line. Zach takes it from him in the last second. We've got Spilly, who's also on a lap as well, who's in P3. Now, these times are incredibly quick, a 1:20.9. Now, we had someone who did go to the Australian Grand Prix on a Thursday saying that the sim times was a 1:20.8, which was the quickest on the day. So these guys are basically the top 12 drivers have easily smashed that. As we have Spilly going through as Vias Roscan takes P3. Oh, he bails from his lap.
Billy pulls out.
And Amazing Hours in the pits. Bodhod, is he in the pits? Yeah, and we're done for qualifying. Yep. Don't know why the Ferrari's still driving around. In hot lap and all. Now, while we have that, we'll interview some of the drivers here. Now, Very Lazy Towel, if you have the pleasure of having a chat.
Yeah.
Now, did you invalidate a few laps? Because you're in P20. Same with Aaron, so I know Aaron's probably watching Survivor. But is there a plan behind this?
Nah, the medium lap I invalidated and wasn't quick enough. The soft lap I rotated turn one. And then just then I was trying to get out of the way of Banana Josh. I would have made the line if I didn't get out of the way, but I could have ruined his lap, so.
Yeah, we did see that there wasn't enough space or let alone time for you to get across, but thanks for that. We'll jump back to you maybe during the race after a few laps. Now, Zaki boy, if you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you.
So you got pole with a 1:20.6, stealing it away from Toddy. Now, controversial start. You got in the way of Todster, as you heard from me before I muted you. Is there any reasoning? Did you not see him? Spatial awareness not there today?
Nah, not today, mate. Bit out of it, you know.
Not today, a bit out of it. Now, you didn't get a 5 grid place penalty for it, which I thought you might have been getting to intentional blocking or anything like that. But you got away with it, and you took pole away from him. But yeah, we'll come back to you during the race, because we'll have a few questions throughout the opening laps. Now, as the drivers ready up, while the drivers do their formation lap, Servo, I'll happily get you do the old pit walk. Even though that wasn't allowed today, but we'll let you do it. You got the mask on?
Had tickets for it, yeah. I'll just stick on my mask. The quick run through the grid order. On P1, pole position, Zach Crichton, Mercedes, closely followed by Todster from Williams, and on the second row you got Roscoe Arm, and the Racing Point with Spilly right behind him in the Ferrari. P5, Amazing Hour, the Alfa Romeo, with Jay Schmidt lining up next to him. Game Burger P7, Wogboy in P8, Banana Berry Cake Pie in P9 with Banana Josh right behind him, so those two locking out that grid spot there. The Lunacy and Bodhod, Blocky Rex and Garles right behind them. And then rounding out the bottom of the order, we've got Alex NZ, Reedy, James Cruz, Aaron, and the Very Lazy Towel. Both of those two at the end, they're not setting a lap during qualifying.
Yeah, now an interesting thing is what the bottom 10 will start on, what compounded tyre. Now, will they start on the softs and just try and full knowing that there might be a safety car and get off the softs, or they would go for the harder compound and restart the lobby? Oh no, what's going on?
So
Seems
he's
like
letting us down again.
well, that's just got to be an absolute bother, isn't it? Is this confirmed with other drivers? Yep, lobby's broken. Now, this is the first time it's ever happened with DNEsports. So, our procedure is going to be as followed. We will screenshot the top 20, obviously. The top 10 will start on the tyres that they qualified on. Unfortunately, it will be fresh tyres, so that will change the whole strategy up. So it actually benefits them in the long term, but obviously short term for us, we have to restart and do a custom grid. During this time, obviously, we don't have the tech as other commentators do, IG expert, who can happily give you some tunes to listen to. But while we set up this lobby, I hope you go make a Milo. No sugars. No sugar to the Milo. And I'll catch you guys. We'll just go on a short break. Really, I can't really rabble on while we set up the lobby. So we'll be back in around 5 minutes. Oh, wait. So, yeah, I'll just chat with you guys, but it's not really. I just need to get an invite. Could someone else set it up? Just because if I do leave the game, yeah, I can't pause to back out. So if I close the game, I'll have to cut the stream and do a part 2 out. Do you want to set it up, server?
I'll set it up.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cash money.
I'll set it up with whatever.
Yeah. It's the first time.
As long as the top 10 start on the same tyre.
Exactly, yeah.
Can't handle
Have to
100%.
check that, won't you?
Everybody in the top 10's been stuffs.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Oz GP gets cancelled. We're about to start the race, gets cancelled. It's a virus, boys. It's the virus. We can't do it, man. Codemaster's virus.
Exactly right. Love
you
it.
remember the setting?
Yeah. I'll run you through it. It's a pretty friendly setup.
Vehicle damage all reduced.
Reduced, yeah, for this rad. Strict ghosting off. But yeah, take your time when it comes to doing the grid. Spilly got screenshots, which is good as.
All assist. All the assist on?
All assists, yeah. Yeah, just take the braking assists off, obviously, and then everything else is pretty friendly, and just medium TC. Yeah, everything open. What was that? Your mic cut out.
Yeah, Sorry. Clear weather? Yeah.
Yeah, clear. Yeah.
I'll go for a ciggy while we wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill my water bottle. So, I'll invite you, Tao. Then you two can start kicking out invites to everyone. All right.
Sounds good.
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
I'll just have you guys on mute so you can talk.
No. No, I don't.
Okay, I'm back. How are we tracking? Yeah, it's silent because we're gonna walkabout stream. Don't worry about it. Now, who isn't here from before? Is it Spilly? Yeah, no Spilly.
working on it.
You said everything's in order?
Yeah, it takes forever. Just wait.
Uh, 100% rise. Yep, 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 yep. Hmm.
Alright, grid set.
Lego. Grid sorted. What was that? What was that? Pretty quick. We are back. Now, hopefully this lobby works. We'll have the drivers do, obviously, the formation lap, of course. We rounded out the top 20 before the first one decided to die. So, we're not making Servanite do a grid walk again when he just made the grid. So, we'll happily just admire the formation lap. And we'll probably rattle on about something. Probably how Codemasters finessed us on probably the biggest event, or second biggest, that we've hosted. First one being the 3-lap championship, which is part 2 is coming next week, 18th. Book it in. Yeah, obviously, as a reminder to the drivers, if they are watching the stream, make sure your setups are on. Tyre compound that you did during the qualifying session is selected. Obviously, if we notice anyone doing any cheeky nonsense, obviously we can't kick while driving or vote to kick, which would be a nice thing just to kick someone while they're driving in an online lobby. But instead of waiting till the end of a race or anything like that, but obviously their race is just in void. Like, they're just cheating themselves. Like, it's 100% race for no real points. Basically, the game show. Whose line is it anyway? Where are the points are there, but the skills there and the points don't matter? Something similar to that. But yeah. As we have...
Up and the points don't matter.
Yeah, that's it. So we're good. I'm going to make sure Tyre Compound is looking nice. So we'll have interval. No need for that. Telemetry, yeah. Oh, details, there we go. Good lads. All softs. I just realised the Banana Boys are next to each other at 9th and 10th. And they were there before. That was just completely under my radar. The Berry Boys are next to each other. Now, from this grid placement, obviously we have Aaron and Tal in 19th and 20th. So who knows? They might be working together. But man, we're going to see some great overtakes. They have to get past a few drivers. In particular, is James Cruz and Reedy. Reedy, who is obviously using manual gears and manual ERS for the first time. So hopefully they don't get tangled up with that. Alex who's cut his assists quite early, so he's just gained his pace back from originally, and he does have a new race setup. He's got a chair and all now, so hopefully he can gain, like Tal has done, a completely 7/10 just from his lap. Or if Alex gets a new monitor, he'll be 3 seconds quicker. We have one of the... Yeah, we have one... Yeah, go on.
Breaking news from the Ferrari garage.
Go on.
Lazy Tail has forgotten to put his setup on.
Oh no! Oh, he's done a Leclerc at Monaco. The car's not ready. So restart. Fuck no! My man, there was people in the comments, people on the stream. No, don't forget to set up. Now, there is a driver that I know, Q-Tip, from England, who is extremely quick, who has never used a setup. He just uses default. But around this track... Oh, and Schmitty also doesn't have a setup as well. And Roscoe is 4th instead of 3rd.
Got a one-place grid penalty there.
Yeah.
Just given him one-place grid penalty. Unsure why that is.
I think I think Roscombe's penalty was due to copying Mercedes' layout too much. But as we are going, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the longest commentary I've ever done in my career. The lights are out, but we have no movement. Please don't be! And they're gone! They're all away! I was scared again! As we have a great start from Toddy going into turn 1 as Zach Crichton, the Mercedes, takes the racing line, going through it as we get all the information back on the screen. Oh, I've already got Spilly into the wall because if he's got an advantage from the grid spot. I think Wogboy just gave him a little bit something that he doesn't deserve from his Racing Point teammate because of Roscombe's grid penalty for copying out the layout of Mercedes. As the grid's starting to mellow out.
Spots.
Wow, that is massive. As I'll get off into grid position changes already. Yes, 8 positions. As we'll try and flick it through, there's a lot of chaos. Obviously, hopefully these drivers know the weight of the car is going to be a lot heavier compared to a 50% race, obviously. So hopefully they don't get their braking markers wrong and all that. But we'll go back to the front of the grid as Toddy did get the first move done in the first turn. So as lap 1 goes, he's already got nearly a full second. He's got a full second already away from P3. So we'll be chilling there as Tao's made a move on El Tonki here with his medium compound on a default setup. Now, mid-battle wise, we're looking at a pretty tame first lap as we have a Merc Gales on the back of Alex NZ. But we'll go back to the front of the grid because we might see a few moves. Oh, McLaren. It's already lap 1 and I'm already showing cracks. Going through, obviously this is just going to lap 2 here, as we have a move from the Haas driver Schmidt, easily moving on the Toro Rosso driver. And he also has a default setup, so hopefully he's well equipped from the 3-lap championships before, but obviously he has to extend that to 58 laps. But no retirees so far, so we're not showing what most DNE races are like when it comes to a mixed lobby, especially with 3-lap championships involved. So a lot of tame moves here is Blocky is fighting with Aaron here, as Blocky gets the move done back on Aaron. Obviously with the soft compound, he'll be getting a lot more grip throughout the corners. Anyone in particular to flip through, if you've got anyone in mind? There's just so much to really look at here.
Yeah, it's sort of yo-yoing at the moment. Gamenberger's all over the back of Schmidt. Schmidt's also closely behind Spilly there. Bit of a train there, and place.
Yeah, and we also have Bodhod say that he forgot his setup as well, so we have a few drivers that were falling asleep already and forgetting their setup, so hopefully it doesn't impact them too much. Toddy with a 120, oh no, Roscombe with a 125.8, so he's gaining back on Zach Ryan there. I thought we might have seen a move here from Berry Cake Pie on Gaming Burger, but he's just taming, he's just in behind him. Schmidt is all over the back of Spilly here, who hasn't pitted and still believes to have an end plate issue on the left hand side. Yes, it has been knocked off from hitting the wall. And obviously, like you said before, with the strategy, he's just stretching out his stay really, instead of staying away from the pack and being on his lonesome, maybe on a medium or another pair of softs because of the wing change. So maybe it's wise to stay out. What's your
Yeah,
input?
around here, track position's vital. Like I said, there's not many overtaking spots. You've only really got into turn 3 and the end of the third DRS section to really have an opportunity to overtake drivers. So staying out, not a lot of damage there. So he's keeping on the back of Spilly at the moment. So not a bad shout to stay out or try and make it to his first pit stop.
Now we have a few moves here from the back of the grid. We just had Gales just overtake Banana Josh. Banana Josh has dropped down 5 positions. He's had a shocker of a start. Oh, we have a couple of cars off the track here. I think Tao might have just punted Alex NZ off. He doesn't have any wing damage, so it wasn't a harsh of a punt. Maybe maybe Alex just broke a bit too early here, but Reedy also he got onto the grass.
Reedy's around.
Yep. He called. Oh, he's reset the track, you naughty boy. Huh, you dirty pig. Huh?
Stuart will be having a look at that.
How long have we said it? And he does it lap 4. You've got 54 laps to go, and you've already copped 10 seconds. We're watching, mate. So the biggest battle so far. He does have
wing damage there, so he might have been caught up in that incident.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Banana Josh back in front of Garlows again. They're just swapping positions down there.
Sector 2-3, was it a hash?
Lunacy makes a move on Aaron around the outside.
Ooh, saucy.
Up in P11.
Yeah, we had a couple of yellow flags pop up, but it might have been... I wouldn't know why. Oh! I got that on board, Aaron! Just caught out from Lunacy's braking. Because Aaron has such significant pace over others, because it is a mixed grid, he got caught up in another driver's braking area, which they decide to take. Obviously they do have the right to, but wow, he didn't get any wing damage, but it did set him back 2.4 seconds. And Tao has made a move on Banana Josh in sector 3. Obviously we've got to see these two just fly up in the overtaking, as we already have the first multiple warnings, which is Viso Roscom in 5 laps. We also have another one, Banana Cake Pie. Well, people are just racking up penalties so far.
Battle for 6 is heating up. 4-way battle for 6 at the moment.
Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah, we got a bit of a train because I believe Schmidt just got past Spilly there because he was behind him before with that wing damage. But yeah, Spilly just holding up this train here. Obviously, he's going to be easy pickings on the straight. Coming out of sector 2's fast left-right-hander. Now, it made me think, because this is a long one, is it still 30 seconds to a disqualification on this track? Or is it different because it's a 100% race? Like, what's the max amount of penalties you can cop to being DQ'd? Because we've already got 3 seconds.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Because in the F2 race, we saw 37 seconds worth of penalties in Monaco. In an F2 race. As we go side by side, Gameberger and Spilly, he wants to get the move done now. Is bit of wheel contact there. Spilly has to let him go because of the wing damage, so he won't be able to hold the position too often. As we have Banana Cake Pie behind him with a full wing intact, so we might see a move down here from Banana Cake. As Spilly obviously still setup wise looks like he's got a pretty strong setup for straight line speed, even with his injury to his front wing. But Banana Cake has not decided to continue practicing with his manual gears, as I can tell how smooth it is. So he's definitely got easy mode on, so I generally want to see some proper pace from the lad. Schmidt hasn't gone up any position, same with Gameberger, who got past Spilly. Probably go to Wogboy. He's getting nice and close to Amazing Hour here. Now, I don't know what the history is with Wogboy and Amazing Hour. I don't know if they've been in league races before, but I know Wogboy is proper quick. So, and he's a pad user, and Amazing Hour's on a wheel this afternoon, so it's going to be very interesting. As we have yellow flags in Sector 3, it's a Haas.
Look, Alex is gone.
Alex has just gone around.
And he's left the session.
Left the session?
Yeah, it popped up saying Alex has left the session.
It's lap 6. Now,
At least pit and have another go.
yeah, at least come back and pit, put your wing on. You've got another 50 laps. 50 for redemption. Anything can happen as Gamenberger makes the move on Schmidt, obviously with the help of DRS. Oh, this is getting definitely a bit naughty here. Oh, gives him the squeeze, Schmidt does. Keeps that position from Spilly, because if Spilly gets back in front of Schmidt, he's just going to slow him down quite heavily. But Spilly's still maintaining some pace here, even with the end plate issue.
He's sticking with his group, so it's not affecting him too much.
Yeah.
Although it did give him a big gap between that front pack. It's out to 8 seconds now. Between Gamenberger and Wogboy, so...
Yeah, now we've got a bit of a track here. So, obviously in the multi we said for Racing Point to win the Constructors, and at this point in time, they will comfortably get this. So hopefully they can maintain it. Obviously we're still in early days here of the race. We're still in the first stint. But obviously with the fresher softs. Oh, as we have Zach undercutting. As he goes in, let's see what tyre compound he chooses. Is he going to go for the 2-stop? As he's putting on the medium compound. And a change of a front wing.
Front wing change.
Now, was it a minor change? Did he have line? Because I didn't think he had an end plate issue. He wasn't really losing pace. But he'll come out, I believe, in front of our Tonki? Yes, comfortably in front of our Tonki here, but he's all the way back at P16, so he's got a lot of traffic to go through. Now I'm just going to be wondering if a lot of drivers are going to let him go, or just battle him really, even though he's technically in P2. Because Toddy was in the lead at the time, and Toddy also has a 3.5 second gap. So maybe if Zach, I'll unmute Zach here. Zachy boy, are you willing to have a little bit of a chat?
Yeah. That's
Now,
good. Yep.
now you've undercut, correct? Or did you have wing? Because you had wing damage.
Wing damage. Yeah, I think that was Alex who didn't retire on the pits there. Then.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just had nowhere to go there and got stuck in a hard place and nowhere to go.
Yeah, so you got caught up in his AI'd car. Was that?
Yes,
in
correct.
the straight?
Yeah, and
Okay.
had yellow wing damage, and I was like,
As we got a move here from on top of Banana Josh here. A little bit of a lockup,
Yeah,
but
he's-
a little wide.
He's lagging a little bit there as Banana Josh, so not sure where he was going. And just went
Yeah,
outside
nice.
there.
But yeah, nice comfortable move. So yeah, that's why we're wondering why you pitched
Yeah.
so early compared to the rest of the
Yeah,
field.
had to. So yeah, changed my front wing, but we probably lost, I don't know how many seconds. 5 seconds there, plus 3 with the change. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad.
But yeah,
What's the plan for the rest of the race? You looking at sticking with the one-pot strategy and trying to drag these tyres, or...?
I'll try and drag these, but I'll probably stretch these and put softs on towards the end, I reckon. And go crazy.
Wrap it at the end.
Exactly,
Forward
last
to it.
probably 10 to 12 laps, I reckon I'll try that, but yeah, just really enjoying this 100% race at the moment. Just carving my way through the field now, but yeah, it's pretty good fun.
easy. We'll let you go as you are right behind the other person I want to have a quick chat to, the very lazy Tao. Now, Tal, I'm just on board with you at the moment. If you are willing to have a chat, okay. You've gone up 6 positions with your default setup at the moment. You had a bit of a tangle with, I believe, Alex and Zed. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think Banana was lagging all over for him, so he just broke a
Oh,
really
really
easy spot.
around. Carlos has spun it through the
Zach
chicane.
said
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
my inside, but I'm not going to let him have it.
Oh, sorry, was
Oh, he's got to have a nice battle here with Zach. As he gives a nice squeeze here.
Yeah,
So obviously
I don't think I can fight that too much.
Yeah, he's on the fresh mediums. But yeah, so yeah, bit of a... So, what's your strategy? Because you started on the medium compound. What's your pit strategy? When are you coming into the pits on the mediums?
I can either go to hards or just pit twice for softs. We'll see. See what happens, see if a safety car comes or something.
How's the setup feel? Did the team get the car together properly, or?
Quite horrible. As you can see through there. The rears just keep locking up, so it's just constantly a battle. But it's alright, it's not too bad.
Sector 3 doesn't seem to be any yellow flags. It's on and off quite quickly. But yeah, thanks for the information there, Tao. I'll let you go. So it's great to see the check-up on the drivers, just to see what's going through their mindset, especially with Tao having a default setup and Zach Crime being caught up in a retired, someone that left the session not even a quarter way through. So which is quite unfortunate, but it does spice it up a little bit as Aaron has gone up 10 positions. Sector 3, yellow flags again. Oh! It's Banana Josh. He spun it. Spun it on the fast right-hander. Oh, is he coming out dangerously? No, he's given plenty of room to Alex NZ, which has got a big X to his name. So hopefully that car's not going to impede too many drivers.
While we're talking to the drivers there, Wogboy's made a move on Amazing Hour. And he's starting to pull away from him, right on the back of Roscoe now. So it's like Wogboy's using the last of his tyres, and everybody else is still just trying to keep him going by the look of it.
Yeah. Oh, we have James that spun? Yes, it is. He's still got his wing intact. How's he got away with that? As we'll go back to... So Bernard Josh obviously pipped because of his spin. Now Toddy's 4 seconds ahead, so he's quite comfortable. He's using a lot of ERS compared to Wogboy, Roscom, and Amazing Hour. They're both all roughly around that 50-40% mark, whereas Toddy's slowly building it back up to 40%. That's Sector 3. You earn a lot of ERS back. He was on 19% before going back into it. Sector 1, yellow flags. It is a Red Bull. Bernard Josh has made an error on his new tyres. Does he have wing damage? No. But multi-wise, if we go and reference that. So Banana hasn't made a pit yet, Banana Cake Pie, so we're still waiting for him to do over 4.5 pits. Racing Point easily going to get the Constructors win here. McLaren with no points. Looking, that's going to be ticked at 12th and 17th at the moment. And to Aaron to pull a Bottas, now that's going to be an astonishing feat to do, especially when he started at the back of the grid. As Zach goes fastest lap time there.
He is up 11 positions.
He is up, yeah, 10 positions at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Now, I think he just likes getting those Driver of the Day points, really. He just wants the fan vote.
Everybody loves a fight from the back.
Does spice it up, especially in the opening 12 laps, so nearly getting to the main pit stop here for the soft users. Obviously, because of the error at the start of the race, we had them on fresh softs, so obviously the start of the race would have been a lot easier for them instead of using worn tyres, especially going through lap 8 to 9, which is usually where you might have got rid of them. But obviously it's a 100% race. I don't know what the tyre, you know, how long they survive for. But it looks like Banana Cake is struggling, or that traction control is just fighting too much, and it is slowing him down quite heavily. But I would have liked to, wouldn't mind Codemasters adding just like, if it said like 12 lap softs, it could give me like the average tyre tread, you know, what they use on Sky Sports, but when Sky uses it completely wrong. As we have, is that James again? Going a bit of a spin? It is. Hopefully comes on safely. Just wait, lad. As you are free to go, because we have a Williams behind you. Don't turn. You let him go. Good. Good lad. As we have another car behind him. I believe is that Aaron or Zach coming up behind him? It's Zach. Hopefully James just lets him go.
Legacy is out.
Oh, virtual safety car. Oh, yeah. Whereabouts is he on the track? James has got to spun it.
James.
Oh,
James
okay.
Again.
Yeah.
Through the fast chicane.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
Get on board with
too much of
Schmidt.
the outside curve.
Hopefully he doesn't despawn. It does despawn. That's unfortunate. But yeah, obviously we can depict what happened. He was on worn out softs. Oh no, he was on 2 lap old hards, so he didn't have him warm at all. Obviously caught the curb, spun, hit the wall. But yeah.
Very easy to do coming out of there.
Ah.
Obviously, just get too much on the grass, and then it likes to catapult you into the wall on the inside of the turn.
Oh yeah, you've got nowhere to go. As soon as that happens, you can't fight it. And especially on the hard compound in the starting laps, a lot of drivers get that. It's obviously because of the VHS virtual safety car, we have a few people going to the pits. Wogboy on the medium compound and Spilly going into the pits as well. On the hards and a wing change, obviously it gave me a bit of a roulette between mediums and hards, so, and then it confirmed to the hards.
Wogboy's come out in front of Zach.
Yeah, that just showed the pace difference of how much he lost during that wing damage, especially to Alex. He said he lost about 5 seconds, which made it equals up pretty well, because at the time Toddy was 4 seconds away from Rossarm, so. But yeah, they've got a few battles to do. Hopefully the rest of the pack start to pit, seeing that the two of the big names have already pitted. But obviously Wogboy with 6 lap fresher mediums will happily blast away from Zach at the start of
See if
this medium stint.
Amazing Hour responds to Wogboy coming in, or is he going to stay out for another lap and try and jump Roscoe?
And he goes in, yep,
He does.
bang on. Now, will he speed?
I believe he can't speed because the pit assist turned on.
Nearly spat my water. Yeah. What? What? Oh, no wonder I'm seeing some elite bloody pit stops. He probably just did a 2.2. But obviously we can see people go for the fastest pit stops in the world. But he did get to about 50. Is it a 60 pit lane? I thought it was 80 here.
It does come out in front of Wogboy and Zach as well.
So yeah,
The
he's
undercut-
jumped.
the
Well,
undercut
yeah,
not working there.
yeah,
So
he
the undercut was working.
yeah. So he got some fresh air. But now they've got Blocky Rex to get past. Now, will he let them go? No. It's a rhetorical question. He won't. Unless he goes into the
Battle for
pits.
position.
Yeah, battle for position. Every battle's a battle. Especially when you don't get to see these names come up frequently, you might as well slow them down a treat. Especially for your teammate Toddy. So him parking it and delaying them, it's probably in the team strategy here is Wogboy 3-second time penalty. It has been a bit of a gap since a few penalties have been shown as F1 Amazing Hour down the inside, and Roscoe's staying out for another one. He's obviously feeling nice and quick in the fresh air. Obviously, or he's waiting for. Oh yeah, Toddy's in the pits now. Now because F1 Amazing Hour has already passed Blocky. Oh no, they've all gone past Blocky. He's let them go. What kind of team? Your teammates in the pits, and you've let them all go. As Schmidt obviously jumps him. Now, will he jump in front of Amazing Hour? He did have about 4 seconds. Aaron jumps him, who hasn't made a pit yet. Banana Cake slots behind him. And we still have a good... Oh, it's only 7/10. So the overcut really helped Amazing Hour there. Oh no, it has changed to 2.8 seconds. So yes, it did help a little bit. About 5/10. But now... the notorious battle between Zach Cryan and F1 Amazing Hour. They're finally seeing each other for the first time on the circuit. As Zach Cryan at the start of the stint was behind Toddy the whole time until he got his damage. Now Amazing Hour's got 1 old mediums compared to Zach's 8 laps, so hopefully Zach can maintain that. And he's also managing fuel at the same time from the yellow indicator. So he's roughly on negative fuel, around 1 lap neg. By the looks of it, so he's underfueled. Wogboy seems to be dropping off the pace a little bit as soon as Zach made the move, which unfortunately I missed.
Roscoe's staying out again, going for another lap on these soft tyres.
Now let's have a look at the lap telemetry. He is up 1.5 seconds from his fastest lap. Now he might be really good at maintaining his softs or maintain tyre wear. So obviously he feels like he wants to really extend this to have the freshest mediums, like comfortably to have the freshest mediums on the circuit. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 1, is it? It's a Toro Rosso, it's probably James Cruz, it is. Oh! Oh no! Banana Cake hits the back right tyre of James Cruz. It was like 3 wide, I just caught the end of it. I'm watching the replay. The top 3 who were battling F1 Amazing Hours, Zach Cryan and Wogboy, all missed the damage. But Banana put in his... I think he might have been side by side with them as well, and got caught up in it. But no safety car.
No safety car, the car's still parked on the racing line.
Yeah, it's just saying...
corner.
Yeah, maybe El Tongi can give us another view. Maybe it's still there. It's very... as it despawns now. But... Oh, that was... If that car spun, that was going to be Alonso S. Same spot. James had his car parked on the farthest side to the left. But yeah, just ripped that tyre off. Second retiree of the session. Not including Alex, who left the session, who was actually in front of James. But somehow, the tank James has not died from that. But we'll go back to the battle. Because Roscom has decided to stay out. And Toddy giving Aaron the squeeze. We got blue flags somewhere, so I don't know what it's for. As we have Zach Cryan. Wait. Oh, it was for Reedy. Reedy was in the way. That made sense. For a second I thought it was Banana Cake, but he's out of the session. Now, Amazing Hour has actually dropped 1.9 seconds, so he must have been caught up. Wait, Reedy's in AI. Oh, he's out of AI now. As he goes out of AI and hits the wall, as he kind of deserves. He shouldn't go in AI at all. I know it's a long race, but you can't do it when you've got 3 of the fastest boys right behind you. But yellow flags in Sector 2. Do you see anyone in particular? Looks like it's James again.
Gaming Burger.
Gaming Burger this time.
Gaming Burger. Oh no,
yeah, it is.
Rosso.
Yeah, it's James Cruz again. Not going to flick to him. Too much
Roscoe,
screen time.
Who's going to stay out another lap?
Now Toddy's 16 seconds away from him, and the pit's roughly 20. As F1 Amazing Hour goes into the pit.
4 seconds.
So he must have been caught up in the incident in the second DRS zone. So that's impeded his race.
Cruz is gone.
And he's fine. Oh, he's actually off in that fast left-right-hander. Can I get a Haas driver? Where's a Haas driver? Where's Alex?
Alex.
Oh, wow. How'd you get over there, lad?
Just missed the braking point, got on the grass and
pinned
it in the wall.
Yeah. Maybe that wing damage just got him all wrong. As F1 Amazing Hour pits, gets a fresh new wing and goes into the hard compound for the rest of the race. So we'll keep him noted throughout as we have a Red Bull. Is that
3 yellows again?
Banana Josh.
Banana Josh.
Safety car as F1 Amazing Hour pitted on hards and a safety car is out.
In a perfect spot time for Roscoe. He has to come in now.
Yeah.
Is he far enough in front of Todd's to hold the position?
Now, hopefully, yeah, especially the Delta. Toddy's lost 20 seconds now. He was only 15 seconds away, and he's already lost 3 seconds from it because of the Delta. Ross getting that free pit stop, which is now turning out to be an absolute masterclass of a move from Racing Point. They are copying Mercedes too much, and they're in P1 at the moment. As he doesn't get it. Wogboy slips behind him, but that
Aaron and Zach both
quite good
again as well.
Yeah, Aaron obviously
Aaron
hasn't made his pit. Yeah, we literally just had about 3 retirees all at the same time, really, within the 1 lap, nearly halfway through the race. Let's see where Zach pulls out, who decided to go on his hard compound now. He's copying Aaron, and you know what? Aaron's already made his pit stop, and he has gone up. How many positions have you gone up, lad? Where are ya? 14 positions. And he's got the rev glitch, and I don't want to stay on him for too long. But wow. The Dark Horse Bottas in P5 on hards. And he's done his stop. We've had Zach Ryan on 2 stops, same with Schmidt. And F1 Amazing Hours on 3 stops. Has he stopped again? He's gone to mediums. So Alfa Romeo's got everything wrong in the pits and decided to give him the hard compounds, and then he believes he can get the mediums to the end, so he'll happily cut through the pack again. Now, I wouldn't mind getting the old Tao and Schmidt. Oh, I'll get Tao first.
So a quick shout out to our sponsors. No, not actually sponsors. Corona sponsoring this race tonight.
The race went from the out 2 sets of 19 laps. This is going to be fine.
Other beers are available.
Now, Tal, I've got you here because it's a nice safety car here. You've decided to stop and go onto the softs, and you're catching back up. You believe you'll be able to stretch those softs all the way?
No. Let's stop it again for sure.
Oh, you're stopping again for a set of mediums or a set of hards?
Set of softs.
Oh, okay, yeah, later down the road. I thought you meant now.
Yeah, so if we go now, it'd be 2 sets of 19s, lap stints, so soft might be the way.
Yeah, because the front of the grid have... Well, VS Roscoe did the best move out of them all, who stretched his softs until the safety car. So he's in P2, and he's on set of mediums. So yeah, double soft stint. You just got to do a lot of battling throughout. You've got Garles in front of you, then Spilly, then Schmidt, and then Zach Ryan up the road on the hard compound. So with that default setup, you got a lot of work to do. But hopefully the restart's nice and clean.
The only reason I didn't go hards is because the setup. If I was on a normal setup, maybe, but like the car is already enough of a challenge to drive.
But yeah, I think you've kept your nose pretty clean. I haven't seen your name pop up for any multiple penalties.
I've got 6 seconds.
You got 6 seconds?
I had one just avoiding the incident with Alex and all that.
Yeah, which is a shame that he did leave the session like that. But
yeah, but I think everyone's going to have a lot of heads.
What are your predictions for the restart here? Do you reckon it'll be a clean restart, or are we going to have some incidents?
Or a controversial restart where it's clean and there's an incident?
There's no way you can really brake check people too much with like pace here, so
yeah,
like it's pretty predictable where people are going to have to brake unless they're going to be silly.
Yeah, well, Spilly's an AI, maybe he's just toggling for other stuff. But yeah, thanks for popping in again, Tao. And the safety car is in this lap. We'll go to Toddy. Let's see how clean of a restart this is going to be. Now, we've had some controversial reports in recent history about restarts. Now, is he going to... And he's put the hammer down already. I think Australia's quite easy to do a restart. There's not very any choke points compared to Canada. As we've got a few cars weaving to get the tyres heated up, as we had, I believe, a Merc and a Ferrari doing it. I thought there would have been tangles. But yeah, nice clean restart. Obviously, they got a huge advantage off Wogboy, nearly pulling off a second straight away. There is a car in the mid-pack, maybe, that's holding up yellow flags. But yeah, Gaming Burger slot himself in P4. Was that anyone's wild card, Gaming Burger, to be in P4? Because that would have been a great guess. Who's your money on Server Night going into the rest of this race, looking at from the restart? Wait, have I muted? No. Server Night, where have you gone, lad? But anyway, Toddy's with a 9/10 gap. Oh yeah, BRB, okay. So I'll hold the fort as Gaming Burger has a 1 second gap between Wogboy, who slotted himself in P4, which is quite a shock to me personally. It's an absolute dark horse of a performance from the Toro Rosso driver. As Aaron... Why has Aaron got the rev glitch, man? I want to spectate him more as he's cut through this field. Obviously Toddy with the fastest lap, putting the hammer down, still using all 50% of his ERS. Now I'm just toggling through as we have Bodhod approaching Reedy. Oh wait, Reedy's got blue flags. Blue flags, just move lad. There we go. That makes more sense. F1 Amazing Hour. So, Very Lazy Tail's already made a move. And Zach Crying with 3-second penalty. Just like the restart from the start of the race, it's quite a clean start. Everyone's just a couple of tenths away, so spectating wise, it's quite hard to pick who to watch. So we'll just have a nice cinematic view from the mid-pack here. Who's leading this one? It's Aaron. Oh no, it's Blocky, who's in P6, splitting the two Mercedes drivers. Now he's on somewhat fresh softs, as we have an incident in Sector 3. It's Galaz. Galaz has got a wing absolutely ripped off. Bodhod's looking reasonably clean. Amazing Hour's clean. Tower clean. Yep, so there would have just been an incident with Galaz catching the curb, losing a front wing. Now obviously multi-wise, while we go through this, because obviously Banana Cake Pie has retired, multi-fail? Or who knows? But at the moment, multi-wise, we're looking at McLaren no points is getting a nice big tick. Yellow flags in Sector 3. We have a few people in the pits. It was a Haas. Are they retiring? No. Never made a stop, so my mum's... Yeah, never made a stop. Wait, you never made a stop? Wow. Reedy's left the session in the pit lane. Yeah, he's retired in the pit lane. Good lad. Now, someone did say there was only going to be 7 drivers left. So far, we've got 15 surviving. Nearly at the halfway mark here. So we're not even halfway through the race. And we've been streaming for over an hour. Nearly touching on 80 minutes, roughly.
Alright, so I've just been down at the paddock. In the Haas garage there, just trying to find out what happened to Banana Cake, and it sounds like he's trying to make room for Amazing now to go past, and just couldn't get out of the way of James Cruz there, and unfortunately that ended his race. So disappointing end for the Haas team, both drivers out of this Grand Prix.
Now I was tempted to do a Haas multi, for the pure reason they have messed up, really, at Australia.
Renault.
Oh, Renault, sorry, yeah.
My apologies.
Now, I'll just disregard... now everything I said is null. It's absolutely void. So the Haas team has one retiree who's driving around. And we have Schmidt. Now, Schmidt, with his default setup, obviously we can say that's a Haas blunder. But he is maintaining pace with Amazing Hour and Tao. But while you were gone, nothing really happened. We had Reedy retire in the pit, so Team Renault are gone. Quite similar to Ricardo retire in the pit, so Reedy probably did have the Ricardo car and did retire in the pit, so very similar. But Bottas-wise, with the revving gearbox, who I can't toggle on for too long, it's just not going to happen. Isn't P5. Gaming Burger's trying to pull away. Now, to the leader, Aaron's only nearly on 6 seconds away from the leader. Angry banana, no, it's angry berry noises. Angry berry noises. But Tao's doing 2 stops with the soft compound tyre. So he needs to make as many moves as he can, as Spilly's all over the gearbox of Zachary, and Tao just losing the back end there. So we're going to see a move from Amazing Hour on the Very Lazy Tao. Down the inside. Oh, we have a Haas trying to follow. as he's trying to tuck himself in there. Wheels locking up. Still around the outside, giving it a big squeeze. Still side by side throughout Sector 1. That is just class from Schmidt and Tao. Wow. That is just absolute side by side racing there. Schmidt, the two balanced setup drivers, absolutely dominating each other there. That was just great driving throughout. But as we still have, we've only touched on halfway server night. This.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick update on the penalties and top 5 drivers. So Aaron's got 3 seconds worth of penalties. Wogboy also has 3 seconds worth of penalties.
Yep.
Gaming Burger has 13 seconds, so he will drop well out of the top 5 race finishes as it is. Roscoe has 6 seconds, and Todd's is still running a clean race out in front, so well done to him.
Yeah, nice and clean.
27 laps with only one warning, so...
one warning
like
throughout.
if Aaron can keep this pace, he'll finish on the podium.
Wow. Now, during that, during the penalty count, we had Zach get, I believe, tangled with another driver, losing the back end in Sector 3, losing a few places, so... but at the moment, Blocky Race and Spilly giving each other no room. Absolutely dominates. Blocky wants to stay with him in overtake throughout. He needs to start saving the ERS, try and get him on the straight, but Spilly with his raw pace, still with 68%, is just flying away. Now, Blocky still hasn't caused a crash, so he's definitely improved from past league races, as you well know, Server Night, from your own. So, more or less blocking than anything else.
Blocky does what his name says and does a bit of blocking.
Blocky doing some blocking. Now, we've got a bit of a train here from Spilly going on to Blocky Rex. So, I don't know how long Zach Ryan's going to stay behind him, because at the moment, F1 Amazing Hour is slotted right behind him. So, we've got another AOR Classic battle here. As we do have DRS, we had a bit of a mishap, I believe, from the Haas driver from behind. Tao with a total of 9 seconds at the moment from memory. No moves down the inside there, so he was too far away, so he'll just slot right behind him. Now, Wogboy...
the DRS not helping anyone here. We're all getting it, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty equal at the moment.
Yeah, like you said, it's a very hard track to overtake on. And Sector 3 has a McLaren... Garlez. Ooh, was that Alex? Yeah, Alex's classic car. So is Garlez going to go and get new fresher tyres? Might as well. Oh, he's also got wing damage. Send it into the pits. You can do it. Ah, the pit board's gone. Oh no, he's got a 5 sec. People have it off, because you can't get that if the assist is on.
Aaron's got, Zach's got the run on Blocky Rex here. He's on the outside though.
Around the outside, Blocky with a huge cut across the... cuts onto the grass there. Now, Blocky technically can't hold that position because he did go off the track to gain time advantage. But obviously he would have copped a warning from the stewards from Codemaster's point of view. But obviously he gained a lot of time, forcing him off the track. But yeah, move around the outside there is quite ambitious. But we'll probably see him move down this DRS zone, as Blocky Rex does not have DRS in this sector. As Zach Ryan moves. Oh, he's giving him the squeeze! Blocky Rex has to go down. He cuts the track again. Obviously getting a 3-second time penalty.
Trying to go down on the inside on Mason now.
Oh, and he... Oh, cheeky. You dirty pig. I saw the reset to track. Slap a 10-second time penalty on him. So obviously he was going down the inside, as like you said, and probably just touched the side pod of the F1 Amazing Hour, and obviously spun the car. But yeah, back with Blocky Rex. Obviously he's got Amazing Hour to block now. Now, as he F1 Amazing Hour cuts the track there, maybe off throttle, getting away with it, but he's all in the grill of Lockie using all... He doesn't have enough ERS to get past him here. Is he going to go for the over-under? No, Blockie's holding his position here. And Blockie looks like he's maintaining more pace.
He's defending until the end.
Yeah, sector
Not
3.
letting up on any of these drivers.
Blockie Rex is pulling away. But is he on high? He's in overtake. Explains why he's pulling more from the actual straight. As we do have DRS. No dive bomb. He's playing nice and safe. Or looks like it was a bit of jitter from lag. But obviously we're going to see a move here. But Garlas is obviously in the way. His blue flag. So he'll have to pull to the left. So the move has to be blocked. We're going down the outside. Blocky giving him the big squeeze again. And there's Ghosty. He just goes right through him. Mate is blocking for his life. Zach has pulled away by 2.3 seconds. He's blocking for his life. Oh, Jesus.
Banana Cake in the chat says, Lockie equals God confirmed.
No, amazing. I was going around the outside. Big squeeze. He gets contact with the front.
Oh, Blockie's round.
But F1 Amazing Hour saved it. Schmidt's going to get a better runoff. Now that is now a really ambitious move. Full knowing that the car in front is going to go to the right to turn left, especially in that sector. And Amazing Hour was obviously on the wall, got contact with the blocking God front right tyre. Bit of a racing incident, but then again, dirty pig. But nah, I believe that was obviously he didn't want to stay behind him any longer. Obviously, Blocky was using overtake compared to Amazing Hour's high, especially in the DRS zone. So he was maintaining the position, but F1 Amazing Hour has 4 seconds to work with to catch up to Zachron. Now, back at the front of the pack, it's quite dull because they're quite separated. Wogboy's out of the DRS zone slightly, or he's back inside, so you might get DRS for the first time. Rosgar now has the gearbox issue. Aaron has the gearbox issue. That's annoying. I can't really spectate them for too long. Oh, that's good. I won't get the gearbox issue if I'm not near his car.
Wogboy now has 9 seconds of penalty.
So he's got 9 seconds of penalties now. Okay.
Roscoe has 12, so...
You've got a bit of a lag mic issue. Check.
Mic check.
Check.
Looks like if Aaron can keep this pace, he's going to end up up in second place. He's still only got the 3 seconds worth time penalty.
We have a Haas turned around. It is Schmidt. He's got wing damage. I thought it was Alex just getting spun around, but he's in sector 2 as Schmitty pits, so obviously he's got to go on either mediums or softs to finish out the rest of this race. Lap 32 out of 58 and 5 seconds of speeding just to top it off. So obviously the assist is on, but people haven't toggled it on. The more you know.
There you go. Spilly all over the back of Aaron at the moment. On through sector
right.
one.
Yeah, we're right on board with him to get the best optimal view of the overtake, and if we do, get a nice cinematic view probably. No, I knew Codemasters wouldn't give me anything good as soon as I clicked it, but somewhat better now. As we might see a move into the DRS zone. It's a very short DRS zone, but if he gets a really good run out, we might see a move, but he looks like he's just too far away. 4/10 is just too far to make a move down here. But he will close the gap for the home straight.
And Wogboy also right on the back of Toddster.
Yeah, he got into that DRS zone and he's really loving it so far. As Toddy's he's in hot lap and then overtake, whereas Wogboy is in 2 and in the DRS zone, so he's doing a nice save. So Wogboy with 9 seconds of penalties, as you mentioned, so that will drop him down. We'll drop him down to Zach, really. So whoever's a clean driver can toggle themselves all the way to a podium, like you said, is Aaron. Is Aaron the clean driver or Spilly?
Aaron's got 3 seconds. Billy has no penalty yet.
No penalties.
So, and Zach has 3 penalties.
As Wog Boys all over Toddy right now. Too close for comfort, I think. This is the first time Toddy's actually going to have a battle from the start of the race, really, because he did have a 5-second gap after the Zach Crichton incident with Alex. We might... I've got 2 ideas that Wog Boy's doing, which is saving ERS and happily staying in that DRS zone, because Toddy is low, and as soon as he gets to that max ERS, overtakes him on the home straight, slaps it in a hot lap, and then just pulls out of that DRS zone, and then Ross Arm can try and catch up, or go in front and slow down Toddy for his teammate to catch up. That's
Yeah,
kind of my
potentially.
two. Yeah.
Or maybe Tots has got the word from his team that Wog Boy's got the penalties, so whether we'll see him fight this position too hard or not is...
Yeah, it's safe on amazing now. Gets a penalty. Gaming Burger makes a move on Aaron here. He keeps that position. We have an instant. Oh, Zach Crichton's around in the hairpin. I don't know if there was any contact between another driver, but we do have Tal and Garlas. Obviously, Garlas with blue flags. He should be moving out of the way by now. Going to that fast right-hander, surely. Blue flags, Garlas. Blue flags. Move, move. You have a Ferrari behind you. You don't want to hear the raff, the absolute raff of that. There we go. He moves across, because I couldn't get it out of my mouth anyway. But obviously, Zach Crichton turned around. I want to see if he's got wing damage. Give me a camera angle. End plate? No, he's fine. Just spun around.
Doesn't look like it.
But yeah, obviously. Oh, sector 3. Wait! What have I just missed? I'll stay on board without Tonky. Safety car! And it's a safety car. I need to get him on the mic now. So I've got you, Zach. Oh, you alright?
No, yeah.
I just got you on board without Tonky.
Right.
You good?
Nah.
Lost it. Your tyres were still hot from the spin in sector 1 at the hairpin?
Yeah.
Was there contact through there, or you just lost it yourself? Because we didn't get on camera.
So I think it was Aaron going from moving Gaming Burger and Spilly, and they kind of slowed up a bit more. Then I thought, just had nobody go and looped her, and then tyres were a bit hot, pushing too hard, and lost it. So caused a safety car. So hopefully that should help my mate Tao here.
Now you say mate and you say Tao instead of your mate Aaron, who has gone up from 19th to 4th, and you don't want even... He's got up 15 positions, because you know if Bottas wins...
Really?
If he wins, that's multi-tick.
Oh, really? Well...
Aaron's put Bottas to win, but obviously he's won his first race at DNE. That's another one, and it's a 100% race. So I think that's more bragging than anything else. So hopefully these drivers don't speed under the safety car delta.
Yes. So it looks like I might be joining you guys in the comments box or something.
But yeah, by all means, I'll keep you unmuted, man. By all means. just like what happened at F2.
Yeah.
Update us.
Everybody's into the pits. Any people staying out so far? Galas and Amazing now.
So did you guys think
like
that
everyone's
Toddy
getting
and Bugboy
fresh sets of
had to
tyres.
pit again? Or what were your thoughts on that? There was no safety car.
If there wasn't a safety car,
would they have to pit again, or do you think that they could have stretched
with the
it?
mediums, Roscoe could have easily stretched it. He had 6 laps, I think, younger tyres than the rest of the grid, because he stretched his softs until the first safety car.
Yep.
So I believe he could have stretched it, or maybe a really quick soft stint at the end. But yeah, most of these drivers probably did save the top end of the grid. but we're going to watch Toddy do another restart. So this track's quite friendly for it, so...
The top 3 all on soft tyres, and now I'm just behind them on the medium.
Quite interesting. With how many laps is it? 20, yeah, okay.
Roscoe did 15 laps on his first set of soft tyres, so...
Yeah, that's going to be a stretch, isn't it? The top 3.
Mm.
So that could be looking good for Aaron. And knowing Aaron, he probably has no penalties. I'll check that now. Check the top 5 for us.
Wait, who just cut across in front of the safety car? Galaz! Of course you're getting 10 seconds for that! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh my goodness. So we got Toddy on 2 warnings.
No, you got nothing to lose, why not? Try and catch up and have a battle.
On 9 seconds worth of penalties. Roscoe, 15. And we got Aaron, who is on 1 penalty. So Toddy's looking very good here. 2 warnings.
2 warnings in 36 laps.
And Spilly on 2 warnings as well, so quite impressive there. Those 2.
But yeah, I think this might be... Unfortunately, Berry Cake Pie died in that side-by-side predicament in Sector 1 that you were there as well.
Yeah, I was right behind. That was crazy. Yeah, so I think it might have been a Red Bull or someone was pulled off to the side.
It was James Cruz.
Yeah, James was on the side. And then Banana just went flat out into him, and then his car came back on the track. Just hit Amazing Hour, and then...
Oh, okay, so it flicked back onto the track and hit Amazing Hour. Okay, yeah, because I thought it was just quite...
Crazy.
I thought it went right over the Toro Rosso and no one else was touched, but yeah...
Nah.
It made sense that he got damaged.
So we can all look at it, but it's pretty crazy, I must say.
I'd like to thank all the guys watching. We have 17 active viewers. Lap 37, the longest stream by far, equally at the moment. I think the 3-lap championship was about nearly 2 hours, I think. We're up to 97 minutes on the stream. I'd like to also thank Server Knight for joining me so far. This is a long stream. It's a good thing that it's been entertaining throughout, with 2 safety cars and a lot of DNFs. But yeah, this is a long one. But it's gone quite quick.
14 drivers still in the running, which is good to see.
But yeah, we did
have...
have
made it past the halfway mark.
We had an audacious comment saying... Where is it? I'm trying to scroll up. That he said 7 people to finish. And we laughed about it at the start. so we're getting closer.
So we got Spilly saying he's gonna win.
Not this again.
I think that has backfired before.
Mate, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna win. I have no penalties. Now I did commentary. I believe. No, I didn't know. I wasn't doing commentary at the time.
It was the German race, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Germany. Yes, it was.
It was.
And, yeah, and I was overlooking obviously the comments. I saw it and I typed in saying it's quite ballsy, etc. And I remember the next lap he gets his penalty, which cost him the win. Yeah. And then obviously he was thrown into a multi the next week, saying to win and comment in the stream with no penalties. So which didn't hit because he didn't win.
Is that someone around at the back?
Schmitty! Oh, Schmitty! He got caught up with the AFK Alex, who's finally out of this. Oh my god, we're gonna have Garlas finally go around them. We have a Haas delivery in Australia! It's ticked! I can't! This is fucked! I had that in my IRL multi. I'm gonna get that one up as well. So obviously we can't use DAS, because I would have loved to have seen that in real life. We had Bottas pole position, which obviously didn't happen. Has to have pit lane issues. Well, they didn't have a pit lane issue, but they died near the front of it. And then both Renault's top 10, who were also both dead. So that was also a really bad multi, but damn, I'm good sometimes. But that's mental. The AFK Alex finally got more he got another. He caught someone out, and he caught his teammate. He's not going to be too happy.
Oh, that's funny.
But Schmitty was in a good position. He was saving that race. But wow, as the safety car is in this lap, a nice early call out for the drivers. So Toddy gets to take his sweet ass time getting the cars nice and slowed down for this restart. Yeah.
So what was your predictions for this race as well? Have you said those or?
No.
I believe I said Aaron would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rooting for the boy since he is on the multi. I'd like to see one multi actually cash in.
Yeah.
But more or less, I knew.
Sure.
More or less, I knew. Well, I thought yourself would have performed well, but not out. Like I would have said, round top 5, as we do have the restart. A nice clean restart, no tangles up at the back of the grid.
Gap there, isn't it?
Yeah, he really put the hammer down.
Roscoe. Jeez.
Roscoe was caught sleeping as he does a corner cut and gets a 3-second time penalty on the restart, so that's going to put him down.
Yeah, that's 18 seconds left now, I believe. Roscoe.
Jeebers. Now, 12 drivers are left, as we were jokingly saying that we were nearly hitting 7, so we've gone down because the 2 hash drivers are out. As we have yellow flags in Sector 1, it is Galaz again. He's just cutting across the track again, 3 seconds. It's alright. Now, like with every restart, it's quite close, but also a very hard place to overtake. But yeah, it is down to Aaron at the moment, Berry Cake Pie.
Going back to the predictions, the wildcard driver El Tonki's still in the race here. So
Yes.
A late bloom of speed from him and get up the top.
Now, I'm going to go back to some other predictions that we had. We had Andrew, we had Amazing Hour, Zach, and Aaron in top 3, but in no order. Obviously, you decided to not follow that up. We also had the dark horse was Bod Hot and Gaming Burger. Now, dark horse wise, Gaming Burger is in 6th. He was in 4th before the restart, so it's not a bad shout. We also had Roscoe Arms, Spilly, and Wogboy. I believe that might be in order as well from The Rock. But yeah, that's not looking that bad either, as Garland gets a 3-second time penalty. And Spilly, Toddster, and Gaming Burger as well. A lot of people repping on the Dark Horse Gaming Burger, so props. But yeah, Aaron's already dropped 2 seconds from Roscoe, and Roscoe's actually dropped 2 seconds as well.
Spilly's been stuck behind him for a long time. Fair few laps, so we're getting quite frustrated, I must say.
Yeah, we'll follow them because it is the closest battle on circuit.
And now there's Amazing Aaron fresh off, so he'll have plenty of grip, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is using a wheel this afternoon as well, so I don't know what the pace difference is between wheel and pad for him. I'm not sure if it's a second or 2, or even just a few tenths.
Yeah, I'm not too sure at this stage.
Yeah, he's bringing it back out, so
probably just the braking, things like that. Ooh, easy go from here. Looks like Spilly's just gonna let him go. Quite interesting. Just in 0.
Yes, Billy lets him go because he was on the back of Aaron.
I don't know what's been said there.
Maybe Spilly knows penalty wise there's no need to battle. It will just slow himself down.
Yeah,
and maybe maintaining the pace behind Amazing Hour would be clean enough, because the lad did comment saying that he can easily just jump the rest of the pack. But I think isn't Toddy a clean driver as well with only 2 warnings? So Spilly's jumping up to second. And Toddy's going to stay in P1, and if Gaming Burger's clean, he'll fly up the grid as well.
Oh,
nice little move from Amazing Hour down the inside.
Yeah, because Amazing Hour, I think he's got around 18 seconds worth of penalties.
Now, is Aaron going to do the same move that Amazing Hour did on Blocky? He's going down the inside here on the wall, very similar, but he backs out as Aaron cops a 3-second time penalty, goes onto the curb, doesn't spin the car, nice car control there.
Yeah. think Aaron
As
just needs to be patient
dive
here.
bomb? No, he's got to hold back inside.
Yeah. Just wait for those softs to drop off. They'll drop off quite early before the end there, so should see Aaron close back up. Not a chance. Billy's looking up. Oh!
Oh! Yes, a little bit of
Contact.
a... Yeah. And he went
Gaming
down... Oh!
Burgers
Gaming Burgers is
running
going to
out.
take the position of that as well. Yeah.
And he's on softs, isn't he?
Oh, a little bit of ghosting.
Yep, who used the toe here from Aaron. Try and
Oh,
hopefully
wow.
land on the brakes. Running
Here we
outside.
go.
Yeah. And
Spilly's around.
Billy is around, not going to comment.
Oh! He hit his Ferrari driver! There's contact from the other Ferrari driver! He's lost it. Oh no, his end plate's fine. But he just did sit on top of the racing line. He didn't want to slap it in reverse or anything to try and get out of the way.
Hey, Bot Hot's around.
Oh, yikes. Some random Zack noises.
Yikes.
Oh, wow! Fucking, your fucking
Don't
Wednesday
make me
commentary.
go back out.
So let's just
Okay.
establish that Teo is in P7. And he's cruising with a 6-second gap to Gaming Burger. Obviously, he did lose a lot of time because of his teammate. So they're not doing a Canada. They're not flipping it up to overtake mode throughout and catching back up to the front of the grid. As Blocky Rex is copied a 3-second time penalty in the back of the Ferrari. Gets DRS. Gaming Burger is close to Aaron, but I don't believe he's going to make a move, is he?
Not
Down
sure
the
why
DRS
Aaron's so
straight.
slow at the moment. He's dropped 3 seconds off Amazing out already. Not quite sure what's happening here.
Yeah.
Hopefully-
He's
hopefully
really,
he
he's
can
really not
compose.
comfortable in the mediums. Has he used
Nice,
mediums previously in
nice.
this race? Do you want
I'm pretty sure last stint, I'll check that for you, but I'm pretty sure he was on the mediums last stint.
Because Servanite, he was quite comfortable in the
He
last stint.
started hards. He was on hards last stint. Started on mediums.
Wow.
So
Don't know what the lack
yeah,
of pace is. Maybe he's just the softs are that so much quicker, but mediums shouldn't be dropping off that much. As Altonki makes a move on the very lazy Tau. And now Tau has a revving issue with his default setup. The last of the drivers with a default setup as well. So he's making it work. If it Mason now gets another penalty.
yeah, that's 21.
21.
Nearing disqualification, I'd say. I think 28 is the limit. 30 maybe. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because me and Servanite had that conversation at the start of the race.
Yeah,
'cause
I think it's 28. And
28
To
seconds.
be honest, there's
How many people?
fair few laps left. Pardon.
How many people are close to the DQ limit?
I'll check Gallows. I reckon he's up there.
With his cut to get in front of the safety car.
Yep. Gallows. Yep.
As the very lazy Tau gets back in front of Altonki. Looks like there was a
24.
mistake.
With a 5 second, I'm not sure if he served that. That would be 29 seconds.
He would have served the
Whoa.
three. He would have served
Yeah.
the 5 seconds, 100%.
So that has saved him here so far. So 24 seconds worth.
Yeah, because if you serve the penalty, it doesn't stay to your final total. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you
Yep,
still got
that's correct.
Yeah. Now we're coming to nearly to the last 10 laps of this race. Still plenty of action to go, obviously, with... Wait, sorry. Okay. Now, Wog Boy's just chilling behind Toddy.
Yeah, he is. I thought Toddy broke him at one stage, but it looks like Rog Boys increased his pace here. I'm quite impressed that the drivers haven't lost focus in staying on the gas, so and their pace is looking very good. Moment.
I'll keep the camera on Wogboy. I have to just pop off for like 2 minutes.
Yep.
So just take over and actually talk. Not like what happened at Yellow.
I will.
Take over Server Night.
We got Wogboy all over the back of Toddy here. He's got 40% battery, so he'll be trying to maximise this. He'll probably flick it up to hot lap, I'd say. Might look for a move up here on Toddy. Gaining. Will he pop out? No, he doesn't. Probably the smart decision there with 13 laps to go. Try and wait a little bit longer. Wait for a bit of a safe time. So yeah. Slightly deep there. Seventh. Just clicks over to 8th gear there. 4th gear through turn 1. Yeah, nice and tight. Toddy a little bit wide there, just kicking up some dust. And I can confirm Toddy has 5% battery, so he's not looking too good. I think if I was Wogboy, I'd be trying to press on and try and pressure Toddy here. Billy picks up another 3-second time penalty. Looking at the gaps here, looks like we have Amazing Hour catching up to Roscoe as well. He is 7 tenths behind, so he's caught quite rapidly up to the back of Roscoe. Oh, look at Wogboy. It's very, very close. Surely goes for a move here. Toddy defends. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Around the outside for Wogboy. Toddy does not leave him room at all. That's a bit questionable. Bit mean that from Toddy, so could have a few questions asked of him about that. So
what did I miss? Back.
Wogboy went for a move on Toddy. Toddy shoved him off.
Okay.
After the fast chicane, just didn't leave him enough racing room on the exit, but Toddy did have track position. I guess he was ahead, so I'll have to see what gets said about that one.
So yeah, he's very.
And we got Amazing Hour all over the back of Dingo.
Yeah, I'll go on board with him for a bit. See what line he takes, etc. Because he has done a few. He's got a heavy amount of pens, so he might.
Yeah.
There would have just been, I believe, Sector 1 pens. You know, the fast right-hander, just track extending. Maybe through here as well, just right in the wall.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, look at Aaron, just does not have the pace on these mediums at all.
Yeah. It's a shock, really. He's on the gravel. Gavenberger's all over him as well. Now, Aaron has had the opportunity to win a few dynamic Nights Esports events.
Yeah.
Canada's a good example during your absence.
Yep.
And he got P2 from it. So
yep.
he's quite. And now you're out of the race again. So.
Yep. So it's all up to him again. And
yeah.
P5 is up 14 spots. We got to take that in consideration. So he's driving nice and clean so far.
Oh yeah, he was up there before the cars retired as well. He made up 8 positions in the opening 5 laps off the highlight. Unfortunately, we missed most of it due to the battle at the front. But yeah, Tal and Aaron from 19th and 20th on the grid is quite impressive, really. And
yeah, it is. So yeah, Wogboy up 6 spots. That's quite impressive as well. He's carved through them. Because I think I was the only one in the top 6 who's binned it. So it's a great job there from Wogboy to move up.
Yeah, amazing how nearly losing the back end there from the grass, as he was going to get as close as he can to Roscoe, as we have Sector 2... Wait, is that Tao? It is.
Tao's out. I don't know if Tao's trying to get a safety car here, or... Holy shit! Holy dolly! Yo, what the fuck did I just watch?
So I was on board.
Safety car boards and flags. Will we see them stop?
Oh my! Now, I'll get him in the chat soon because I want to ask, what on good earth was he doing? So these are my predictions. Something IRL happened, and he took it IRL. You know, he had to put the wheel down or something, so he parked on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Because he's got wing damage, or he's made the error, and he's just put his hand off the wheel, just going, I'm in a safe position, but then obviously side by side got caught. So I'll bring him in. Very lazy towel.
Safety car.
Breakdown, because we caught it.
Yeah.
Want to give us a debrief? Wheel turned off. Controller took over. I'm just trying to...
Nah,
yes.
I tried to plug in my control because I went flat, so obviously I had no sound. And as I did that, I lost it, and then blue screen came up, and of course it's just sat there.
Yes, of course, when you turning on the controller again, yeah, exactly.
And then I've just screwed Garlas, so that was great.
We had a phenomenal view. We had I'm not just saying it was like this was 3-lap championship view-esque.
Yeah.
We had him riding on top of the car. He did flips and tricks. But now we're getting closer to 7 drivers to finish the race, and I laughed at it at the start, and now it's becoming true with 8 laps left.
The contact was so brutal, it's being dubbed as murder by Banana Cake.
Now, Banana Cake died to James, and that was murder in the first degree.
That was murder in the first degree, 100%.
But yeah, we'll leave you back to the race, Tal. Obviously, you have to give way to the drivers, so we'll let you go when the race restart happens, or you got a battle. But we'll let you go.
Good luck. Yep. Okay.
So...
Wait, so who pitted it?
Now,
Tony pitted, did he?
because of the pits, yes, we had Toster pit, Wogboy pit, Aaron pit, and Gaming Burger pit. And we also had Towel and Bodhod pit. And obviously Spilly's got one... Oh, yeah, Spilly pitted as well. And trying to catch up.
Penalty as well, boys.
Why is Spilly trying to overtake our donkey? He's got down the inside of Koya, and he gets 5 seconds. He gets 5 seconds. I'm gonna win the race off pens, and you do that, and I caught it.
Fucking bot.
No. You did spin around, and you caught your teammate out as well. But wow.
Poor Spilly.
Aaron's in AI. That's a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
Tao's made the decision of pitting again. Obviously he's just getting out of the way of the drivers, so yeah, smart.
Yeah, smart.
Now, Roscoe, 7 laps to go. The safety car will probably go in this lap.
Yeah.
Bodhod will probably catch up. Spilly and stuff will all catch up before that.
Todd's going to be very racy on his fresh softs, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be an extremely... This is actually going to be a great ending to this 100% race.
Like 3 lappers, I reckon. Towards the end, hopefully intensity.
Ferrari retired Tao's car. They've decided that was too much damage on the rear of his vehicle, so...
Yeah, so Vettel's out.
Vettel's out.
Yeah.
So you might as well bring him into the commentary team full time. Since you've retired the car, we can bring you into the commentary box for the full time.
Welcome.
For the end of this 100% race. He's probably gone walkabout. Don't blame him.
He's off to Dubai already.
He's already on the plane ticket.
Oh, mate, he's already out of here.
He's gone.
Sorry about that, fellas.
That's alright. Now, Zach, since you were in the race and you experienced a restart before,
yep.
Obviously the guy, would you have pitted, or would you stay on 15 lap old softs, knowing that there's going to be 6 laps left?
I think in Toddy's case, he probably should have.
For track position.
But then again, if he knew the penalties of Roscoe and like Amazing Hour, I think it was a smart move. But this track is very hard to pass on, especially when someone's on the same compound, similar pace. It's very hard. Like you got to force a move and things like that. It's pretty close to Monaco on passing wise, I'd say, around here. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Who else did we see pit? We saw most people pit.
It was basically
we saw Aaron pit. We got Aaron on the softs.
Yeah. Now he was quite quick on the soft, so hopefully he can redeem.
He was struggling on the medium, so hopefully he can.
Yeah, the safety car definitely redeemed his poor pace on the medium.
Yep, I'll just run through the penalties quickly. Roscoe's got 18 seconds worth. Check Amazing Hour. This is going to be a lot.
Wog Boy just showing the nose to Toddy.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 21 seconds worth for Amazing Hour, and Toddy is on 1.
1 warning.
1 penalty.
Oh, not bad. And obviously Spilly decided to comment saying that he was not going to get any penalties, and he decided to get 3 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds.
And exactly. And
which I believed he might have served in the pits.
And we got Aaron on 6 seconds, so it could be looking good for Aaron here.
Spilly actually might still go up a few places.
Yeah, he will for
because
sure.
He would have, because 5 seconds you can serve in the pits. So
heaps of drive. I think it's going to move a lot once the checkered flag gets shown here. Because heaps of drivers got penalties. 9 seconds worth of it. I'm trying to see if there's anyone with no penalties, because that will quite possibly jump up to the podium if they're down in P10, P11. So it's not looking like it.
I believe everyone has penalties at the moment.
Yeah, Budhod's on 6 seconds, so he's looking not too bad. He could jump up in the top 5 on P9, so quite interesting. So Toddy's got this one almost in the bag at this stage, but hopefully goes for it on track.
As the safety car is going in this lap.
Jeez. Almost contact there.
Now let's see how the restart goes for this one.
Yeah.
Because we've seen great examples of great restarts and poor restarts before on the Dynamic Nights Esports channel. As F1 Amazing Hour is riding Roscoe as close as he can, so he can always be on the back of the Racing Point driver as he puts the hammer down.
Toddy's
as I quote that, and same with Aaron. They're all toe in toe as we're basically going for a sprint at the end. Oh, that's a great camera angle. It's rare that we get one of those. As we have a Williams going wide.
Oh, Toddy on the grass.
Yeah.
As we're going to see any dive bombs. Yep, he does like to cut some grass here and there. Yeah. And if it's not an innuendo at all, he literally just likes cutting the he likes mowing the lawn. Now, as Wogboy's actually dropped down a few places, I believe. Yeah, as I'll go to position changes, obviously Aaron is the biggest winner of today's race with 14 places up. Our second winner, obviously, we can have to give it to the top 2, which is up 3 positions each, but we have 6 and 7, which is Blocky Rex, who is being deemed to cause an incident. Toddy. Oh, here we go.
Around the outside of Amazing Hour.
Yeah, Amazing Hour from Amazing Hour making that move similar to Blocky Rex. He's cut off that position.
Amazing Hour's really wide.
He was wide indeed. Kept that nice car control. Obviously, with the wheel, the wheel definitely helped him out there. I think if a controller player was having that incident, he would have lost the car there.
Yeah, this would mean quite a lot to Toddy here if he can get past Amazing Hour and Roscoe.
Bottas is going to win this race.
We would all want to see that, really. As Tal has joined us. He's telling us.
In the back of Amazing Hour.
He's telling us.
Go for a look in turn 1. Toddy's going for it. This is very risky. As we saw what happens, Billy gets it done cleanly.
as Roscoe's pulled an 8/10 gap.
Block boys all over the back of Amazing Hour.
Yeah, we're getting phenomenal camera angles in the last few laps.
We
So
are.
this is just great.
Yeah, nothing all race, and then it comes out for the final.
It's turned into GT Sport camera angles here. We're not getting any front wing cameras at all. Look at this! It's a trailing camera. It's moving with the cars. This is insane. We have a few of them going onto the grass.
Oh look at Aaron round the outside of Block Boy. Surely not.
Wow, he gets it.
Big balls. Look at that.
Bottas.
That's what I like to see from my teammate Valtteri Bottas there, doing a superb job. Moves himself
As everyone
up to
amazing now
P4.
gets another penalty.
That's
Is
like
that-
28 now.
He's 3 warnings away. Obviously, when they're pushing this hard, they might cop a few for a disqualification, and then obviously from F1 boys call that we only might see 7 people finish the race. As we had Blocky Rex all over the shop, getting onto the gravel. Now,
So yeah, the precision
we can't
for
really take
Amazing
our
Hour
eyes
is a
off them.
bit lower.
Toddy's got to run.
I will.
Yep,
Stage.
DRS enabled. Obviously, he can't use it down this straight, but he's going to get it down the second straight here for the DRS.
Come on, Aaron.
Or am I mistaken? They get in the back end because it's the same ticket. Yeah, it's the same ticket. Yeah. So as Toddy 2/10 behind, and then F1 Amazing Hour 5/10 behind. But yeah, Aaron just right in behind F1 Amazing Hour. So we're just literally going to stay on board with this mid pack here because they're just so close together. So if we stay on Aaron, we can basically view every move in the book.
Come on, Aaron.
As this is the first bad camera angle I've gone in the last little stint here. No.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, Aaron's got him here for sure. He's got the run. Why isn't he turning it up? He's bitching it.
We'll just get him down through here. I think he's going to get a much better exit through here.
Yeah. Sets it up nicely.
Amazing Hour's back end is all sorts of sideways.
Yeah. And Amazing Hour's got no battery left.
Yeah, it's all over.
Go on.
He would have done very, very well to hold him off with 19 lap old tyres. No chance.
Beautiful move. Come on, Aaron, get the win on track.
16 places up from the start of the race. Altonki 3-second time penalty.
What a
He's still
drive.
roaming around. As we have sector 3, it's Altonki. He's around. His car's stopped.
Hopefully this doesn't trigger a safety car.
If we have a safety car, I think the limit is 4 as Toddy makes a move down the inside.
Oh, look at Aaron going for it. Oh, look at Amazing.
Oh wow, we have the 2 racing points side by side as well. We're going to see maybe a double move.
Oh,
As he gets he's been punted. No!
What is this? What?
Block Boys dumped him.
No.
Aaron jumping down to 9th. As Racing Point obviously showing that they did copy the car so much that they just want to get rid of them off the books completely. Showing them that they are the superior car as they are in P2 and 3.
Oh, Roscoe's gone.
Roscoe's gone. Oh, he's going to spin. Is he going to maintain it? He does maintain it. He comes back onto the circuit.
Boys,
Dropping down to 7th.
Who
Wow.
wants this podium?
This podium's up for grabs for anyone. Gaming Burger, who is the dark horse out of all of this.
Showed up last minute after I sent him a message. Come
Now,
on.
Gaming Burger is a contact with F1 Amazing Hour, showing him that he can fight with the big boys here. As Spilly's roaming behind him as well. Spilly gets the gap in between. Slots
What a move.
right in there, and if F1 Amazing Hour will lose the back in a little bit.
Showing him how to drive.
Wow, this is just phenomenal.
Blocky.
Gaming Burger, who is a T2 driver, is fighting with the big boys here.
Hey.
Showing him that anything's up for grabs here. Even Blocky, yellow driver, fighting Amazing Hour again. As we're going down he's going down the inside of F1 Amazing Hour. He's gonna get the move stuck. No, he doesn't even know who he is anymore. Blocky's gonna go down around the outside. He gets contact. We see contact. Blocky shot all the way through the race. Kept his nose clean throughout. Blocking Amazing Hour before during the second stint of the race. He doesn't even. This is basically Norwich City against Manchester United. They don't even care who you are. They'll battle you to the end and force them off the track.
Blocky's in P5.
Oh, Wild Boy's retired from the race. He's lost it. He's lost it into the fast left right-hander. My God, he's
Blocky could
done.
be on for a podium.
I would like to say this again, but Racing Point has copied Mercedes so much, he's lost it in the same place as Zach. This has turned into a 3-lap shenanigan. This is everything. Because right now, Aaron is back at P7. Penalties alone could make him slot back into the top 3. But Gaming Burger, Tier 2 driver, slaps himself into P3 at the moment. But Blocky Rex, who would have thought the man would have been in P4? But at the moment, we're nearly up to 7 drivers left onto the last lap of the Grand Prix here. The absolute tribute of what happened in today when they cancelled the race. This could have happened today. This could have happened on Sunday, sorry. We could have seen Racing Point absolutely just finesse Merck and then also finesse another driver who was Aaron at the time. So yeah, wow, this is just intense. As Blocky Rex is only 3 seconds behind Gaming Burger, but Toddy 3-second lead because obviously there was a lot of shenanigans going on at the back. So he gets the gap. We still have 13 people watching. Gaming Burger. Now it's all coming to penalties here. We could see huge leaps and bounds throughout.
So Budhod picked up a penalty on the last lap. He was looking for a podium. A guaranteed podium.
Oh wow! So Toddy Williams, who got shafted in qualifying, who started at P2, led for most of the race, finishes in P1, but it's all about penalties here, as he stays. That's the top 3 with Spilly and Gaming Burger, but Blocky Rex stays in P4. We're going to see any more movement.
Where's Bodhod going to go?
Bodhod! Gaming Burger slips into P3. Aaron, P4. P4. Back where he got punted after the move. Now F1 Amazing Hour crosses the line in 8th. And will stay there because of his
28 seconds.
28 seconds. El Tonki absolutely grinding it away for Red Bull. Now, I had in the multi Racing Point to win Constructors. They were on the way throughout the whole race. And, well, Williams win. Williams got the Constructors. They have the Drivers' Championship in this 100% race.
Damn, what a race. Lucky I crashed out.
Lucky you crashed out.
Could have been Zach.
Yep, could have been.
Well, if anything, I want these 3
in the chat.
In the box. Oh, El Tonki finishing it the way the way we wanted it. In reverse.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Motherfucking ha.
Why not? My man survived 58 laps at the Australian Grand Prix. Absolute wowzers. We've been going on for longer than 2 hours straight. The drivers would be exhausted. Toddy's probably screaming.
Yep.
Now, Toddy's quite known for having a phenomenal one-off kind of series races because he is leading the 3-lap championship. That will be, the second part is coming on Wednesday the 18th as we're giving the yellow drivers a break. So, he's got a great reputation for DNE one-offs. He's got a good little track record going here.
He does. Beauty.
Servant, I would love to go through it. Go for it. I'm gonna go walk about.
Caught me off guard there, my bad. So he finishes Todster in P1 for Williams for the first ever 100% race here at DNEsports. Followed closely by Spilly, the Gaming Burger, Aaron, Blocky Rex, Odd, Roscoe, Amazing Hour, and rounding out the finishers was El Tonki in the Red Bull. And shout out to F1 Boy in the chat who had 3 drivers just not in the right order for the prediction there. He had Podster, Spilly and Gaming Burger. But just couldn't get the order right.
If you said in no order, that would have been perfect.
Exactly.
But his predictions were nearly on point. He nearly got 7 people to finish, and he got the top 3, just not in the order. But wow.
Might have to get him to make a multi one week.
Oh, we can't be paying out everyone the way he's going. Now, we'll get these drivers in. If
I'll send them some invites.
Kick them invites. I'll make sure it's well known.
Yeah, and just let actually no, we'll wait till they
Toddy's,
join, then we'll say that.
Billy and Game Burger. Go at the showroom.
Well, we're waiting. Just having a quick look through the chat. A lot of calls out for Wogboy to be banned after taking Autos out of the race.
Now, we did mention before that our lovely admin Nonna was mentioning before that we were keeping track of some penalty points here and there, just to try and keep it as clean as possible. But at the same time, it's got to be a lot of paperwork.
Like eccentric penalties will definitely be looked at, but nothing else.
Right.
Yeah.
I've sent them some party invites.
Now let me just double check that there is room. Yeah, always. Get on it now. Oh, you've done it?
Should be 7 now.
I'll just toggle it to 8. 7. There we go. Coolio.
Alright.
Yep, just gotta double check that there. Yep. And just waiting for Toddy.
Billy, do you have your voice share? Toddy,
Yeah, I
just
do.
voice share? Alright.
Yep.
Gaming Burger hopefully should be joining.
My oath, I've got it on.
That's great to hear, mate.
Are you still streaming?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I
So
definitely
you,
do.
No, we invited you for nothing.
now we'll talk to Spilly first, because we've got to leave the winner till obviously the last, so you can have a go and finish the end of the stream properly, with you celebrating, of course. So there was this your? Have you done 100% race before, Spilly?
No, I have not.
How
Never.
was the experience?
It was, my neck is sore.
Nerd necking it.
Yeah. Actually, those safety cars saved me. I got up, I got a snack. I got an apple, so I was in
Oh, yeah, very
AI
nice.
for most of the
great
safety cars.
nutrition there.
I mean, it was a good experience. Probably wouldn't be doing it every Friday, but you know,
Oh no,
every
of course
now and
not. Yeah.
then. Once a month, maybe. Once every
Are
2
you?
months.
And you're a pad.
Only weeks where the Grand
user.
Prix are cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
pad. Yeah.
How was it? Like you saw? Because
Yes,
what's fatigue like on a controller?
Hey,
I mean, my fingers aren't sore, but
But
I feel like it'd
more
be
of the
much
neck.
harder if you will.
More of the neck leaning forward.
Yeah, just I mean, I switched positions about 10 times on my chair. So,
There was one memorable moment that we caught, which was you spinning into the first turn and catching your teammate.
Yep.
Did you leave the car there for that to be the safest option, or did you just not react and chuck it into reverse? Or
if I'm honest, I didn't know which gear I was in, and I was switching between reverse and gear 1, and then I'm like, fuck it, I don't know what gear I'm in, I'll just stay still. And hopefully they go around me, which a few cars did, but my teammate wasn't so nice, and yeah, he kind of fucked up my front wing. I had to come in and pit. So.
yeah, because Tao was quite lucky to save it as well, but he didn't get any damage. But yeah, it did slow him down. But obviously you.
I had a red wing.
Oh, you had red. Okay, from our view, you had a clean wing. So that okay.
I don't have a clue how it didn't rip off my wheel, to be honest, at all.
Yeah. So, I think-
But he paid me back with getting the safety car because his controller went flat. So
Man, I was through the wars.
we had a phenomenal view of
did.
behind Dow's pop. So cars
I was
were
actually
flying,
behind the car, the McLaren that crashed into Tao,
and he
and
just
it
went
hit me as
flying.
well. But I ghosted through it.
Yeah, he was riding on top of you. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I believe Gaming Burger is not coming in, so we'll take it to Toddy. But yeah, it was a great race by you. You brought it to the end. You survived. A lot of DNFs, a lot of
7
carnage.
pit stops.
7 pit
Yeah.
stops.
4
Maybe you
front
should
wing
have been.
changes.
See, I wouldn't have thought you would have had more than
Jesus
4.5 pit stops, but yeah, that's. I thought it would have been more on the berry cake pie area, but yeah, that was. You brought it home. You got some points, but yeah, you got the podium in the first 100% race for DNA, which is great.
Yep. And fastest lap.
Oh, and fastest lap, which went under everyone's radar. So Ferrari pace.
Yeah.
But we won't keep you waiting any longer, Toddy. Would you like to celebrate a little, or would you want to go questions and finish with a celebration? It's up to you.
Two questions first.
You can
So
stand up. You
enthusiastic.
can stand up and celebrate unless you've already blown off your steam.
I have.
Now-
Did.
Now, first one would have to be from the quali incident of you finishing your first hot lap with Zach Crine, who is also here.
Yeah,
We did ask him at the end of qualifying what happened, and he just wasn't really ready. He just was off guard or just didn't
That was
see
very
her.
lame.
But then again, you did, because I did mention there was a lot of traffic coming your way, and you did get caught up. Were you on a particularly good first lap? Because obviously you did finish P2 at the end of
It
qualifying.
was pretty good.
But yeah, I was kind of
At the end of the
surprised.
day, it didn't
Racing
affect
line
me.
merchant.
Didn't affect me at the end of the day, did it?
Yeah, exactly. More or less, I thought one of you would have copped a grid penalty for that collision, which is quite lucky. But what were your thoughts during the race? Because you led most of the race. Because the one battle that you were having in your first stint was with Zach Crine, but he got caught up with
then he got
left with a Haas driver who left the session. So what were your thoughts when that incident happened? Going forward, did you realise that you had it clean and you were just saving tyres or ERS, or were you still pushing?
I knew that Zach would be on the move, and then just kept it clean, and then pits had me first stopped and the safety car come out, and then I don't know, just didn't crash, didn't hit anyone, hit my penalties very limited.
Yeah, you got one penalty there, Toddy. Great job there.
And that was going into the pits. I got that going into the pits.
There was a few drivers that had that because we thought we had the assist on, but obviously people have it off themselves.
Sorry. This was like not going into the pits. It's turning into the pits.
Oh,
Up
okay.
the corner.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
But yeah, kept your nose clean. Got P1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it before, you've got a really good track record with these one-off events. You're leading in the 3-lap championship by quite a bit. And what's your mentality going into the 3-lap championship on Wednesday, knowing that you've just absolutely stolen the first 100% race?
Look, confidence is high, I'm not going to lie.
Would you establish it, though?
Oh, yeah. But I'll just establish that really quickly. Confidence is sky high. However, confidence in my gearbox tonight was not so sky high.
Ooh, okay.
That thing was on 65% on the last lap.
Holy shit.
Wet 68%.
Yep.
Now you've had gearbox issues in the past, where in 50% races you've lost gears and actually blown the gearbox. Yep,
that's correct.
And so have I. But 68%. Did you get any warnings from Jeff throughout, or were you checking it manually? Because
he was saying that I need to do smoother downshifts, but I wasn't prepared to do that.
Yeah, you do like to spam click.
Mate, I'm rapid. That's the only thing.
Exactly. Also, those last few passes as well, Toddy. So how were they?
Yeah.
A few great moves I saw there.
They were a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Turn 1, it's not exactly an ideal spot to do it, eh?
Yeah, you were very lucky there. Just braked late enough so you didn't get pinched there in the
Yeah,
curb.
lucky
But
turn in.
Yeah, there was a moment at the end of the race where you looked like you used a lot more space than necessary towards another car. Was was it you, Zach? Was that right? Was it Toddy? Was it Toddy near the end of the race forcing someone off the track, or am I
oh, that
mistaken from
was
someone
with
else?
Was it Aaron?
no Wugway. You know Wugway before the last safety car, where he tried to get around the outside of you there.
Turn 1.
No. So you go through the fast chicane, right, and then down to that
Oh
braking
yeah,
zone.
yeah, I do remember that.
Yep. Did you think that you should have left him a little bit more room, or do you reckon that you had him covered there?
Nah, it was sweet, man. He didn't crash.
He didn't crash, but he did.
Exactly right. Hard racing.
Yeah, extremely hard racing, and you've
And he was
pulled the
back on
win.
his tail within 3 seconds anyway, so he
Oh
cares.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
He was quick. He was very
Yeah,
quick.
he was looking very well. Yeah, saving his battery quite nice there.
And he had a lot of
at that
penalties,
period of
but I
the race.
was asking Jeff.
Yeah.
He had like 20 seconds worth of penalties or something ridiculous, maybe
Yeah,
80 seconds.
Yeah, there was a lot of people riding a huge amount of pens. F1 Amazing Hour had
Yes, he had a lot.
27 seconds or something like that.
27 seconds with the 5 seconds that was served, all that jazz. But we'll got any comments to finish off the stream, Toddy, as the champion?
Get on my level, boys. Come on.
He's asking for it. He's asking for the challenge on Wednesday, 8:30, on the 18th, which is next week, for the 3-lap championship, which is going to be streamed by with me and Comms, with also the Very Lazy Towel. I hope you guys come and watch that video as well. We've had 13 people. Our max was 25 viewers throughout this whole stream. We've been streaming for more than 2 hours. This is by far the longest stream we've done. I'd like to thank everyone that was involved in the commentary box as well. Tal, Serv and I, and Zach, and obviously the 2 people that joined us in today, which was Toddy and Spilly. Would you like to round off any comments, boys, while I've got you here before I close this off?
Nah.
Great race.
Ciao.
Oh,
Ciao.
great race.
Yep, that's all tonight for Dynamic Nights Esports. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday at 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Time. Catch you, boys.